Welcome to The Wine Down, an afternoon podcast where two techie blokes sit down over a bowl of wine and chat about what's happening in the world of tech. Enjoy while Scott and Nick open up about their week in technology.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to The Wine Down. I'm Nick, and with me I have Scott again. Hello, Scott.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How about that?
So, Scott, where are we? What are we drinking?
We are in a lovely establishment called Anata in Crow's Nest, and they do some nice dining and very fine wine.
Excellent. And we're doing some very fine wine today, aren't
Oh,
we?
this is a lovely bottle, I tell you what. And it's eco-friendly. It doesn't even have a label on it. You can sort of, I don't know if you probably can't catch that, but this is the from the Gaillard vineyard. This is the Ebenezer Shiraz 2016. Single vineyard, century-old vines.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, it certainly tastes nice.
It's a rather good red wine. It's very nice indeed.
Yes, this is a meal. You realise in this bottle.
That's why we're having cheese as well with it,
Yes,
isn't it?
Exactly.
Cool. So, today, it's the last show before Christmas.
Oh, it is. We should have some extra cheese. Okay.
Woohoo, Christmas, woohoo. So, what are we talking about today?
So look, I thought we'd just have a bit of a chat about the general summary of what's happening broadly in IT at the moment, just across the industry, nothing particular, but looking at common themes that we're seeing and probably just little things to be aware of.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So, let me guess what the first topic is, because I've been trying to buy Christmas presents. And last year, Amazon would deliver in 24 hours, and now they're going, March?
Well, a couple of years ago, my wife was in the US and she delivered something on Amazon and it turned up within 2 hours.
Wow.
And that's just like click, 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 and all of a sudden it's like, there's the truck on your door with the thing in a box.
We're not finding that now, right? We've got it's a little bit more exciting now.
No, it's more like 2 hours to get the thing checked out of the site. So yes, there are delivery delays. There's also shipping delays getting stock in. There's delivery delays getting stock out. So we've got problems with stock coming into the country.
Yep.
There's problems with drivers and truck availability, getting things delivered within the country itself.
Yep.
I'm still seeing things within Sydney can take overnight. That's okay, but I've done like packages from Melbourne are taking 5 days.
Yeah.
Which normally would be overnight.
And then we've got a global supply chain issue as well.
We do. There's a global shortage, so good luck finding components.
Yes.
So even things like we were looking for things like a client to get a Microsoft Surface
Yep.
for one of their new staff. They said they wanted a Surface. Okay, we'll find one. Do you think we can find one? No. And it's not just can we buy things wholesale, it's can we find them in stores? Can we find them at Microsoft? Does JB Hi-Fi have any? No, where do you find these things?
Yeah,
So
no, I've heard that. And that's delaying the rollout of Wi-Fi 6.
it's hard. So I tell you what, we're doing a lot of data analysis at the moment, as you know. And I've been starting to do some on a fairly powerful laptop, but it's just not good enough. So I thought, that's all right, I'm going to get a new machine organised to continue this project on. And buying components, because it's hard to buy machines, you can get just about everything, but all the new technology coming in, there's no memory.
Yeah.
So what good's a machine without memory?
Yeah, so, and that's the problem. So there is and that's kind of been building up over this year. It's not new. We've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
This delivery delay, and it's just getting worse. There's no
That's
end
right.
in sight, really.
And the problem is this is the new releases of memory for the new chipsets and the new CPUs, and you just can't get any, so I don't know what's going to happen with it.
Okay, so in the IT industry, it's hard to get equipment,
Yes.
but it can't be hard to get stuff.
Oh, well, and this is other people availability. This is actually an interesting topic, and well, generally because the borders are being closed, we've got no new talent coming in for any role, so we're sort of restricted to the people that are already in country.
Good for the people in country, but
It is, but there's not enough of them for the roles that we want. Which either says outsource your role overseas, which is not necessarily the best choice, depending on what you're doing, or make do and just try to prioritise what you've got to do and try to do as much as you can with the minimum resources.
it's hard, and it's hard to hire technical people. It's hard to find developers. You're struggling to find support desk people. Even entry-level roles are hard to fill at the moment.
All the roles are hard to fill, and this sort of comes into this the Great Resignation concept, which is not really the Great Resignation.
Yeah, I thought this was just a bit of a media beat-up, right? I can
No,
get
no.
why it might happen, but
This is I'm seeing
You're
things
seeing it?
happening.
Wow.
I'm seeing it in the US. I'm seeing it a little bit in Europe. Not so much in Europe, just because they've got sort of different labour conditions over there. But definitely in the US, we're starting to see it in bits and pieces here.
But so Touchwood, we haven't had any staff churn.
No, we've mainly been the attractant rather than
Yes.
the. However, said that we haven't got like 10,000 staff or anything like that, and trying to do that. But we have some large clients, and it's a concern in those clients.
Yep.
And they're wondering, what do we do? How do we make sure that everyone's happy? What are the social things we have to take care of? So look, it's going around. But the thing is, it's not that people are just leaving. They're saying, hey, during COVID, when I've had this work from home thing, I've been able to be really productive in short periods of time.
Yep.
And achieve my role in maybe 4 days instead of 5.
Yep.
Where can I go that'll pay me more and allow me to work 4 days to achieve that?
Well, see, and we're getting customers now who are asking, we want to find out what our staff are doing at home. How much are they using Microsoft Office? How much are they doing this and that? And I think that's such a false economy. I truly do, because I think, we actually want our staff to be achieving more while doing less, not doing more to make some metric happy.
That's right. We want them to be productive and achieving outcomes, but, I don't mind if an outcome takes an hour for one person or 8 hours for another, as long as we're getting the outcome.
Sure.
I will say that I had a chat to someone that said they've got a key sort of staff member that's been home, and they came back after many, many months, and he said, I've been working on this project behind the scenes, and I've just about finished it. I said, oh, what is it? He said, Netflix. Spending hours and hours and hours just watching everything on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I thought they built Netflix, but
no, he was trying to consume to get to the end of it.
It's not a competition, right?
No, but that is the issue. How do you know what people are doing? And it's not. I don't think it's about micromanaging the steps or the tasks.
No.
It's about the output.
I've certainly seen in my customers where the business has gone, right, you're all working from the office again, right? They've lost people really quickly.
Yeah, because the other thing that's happened is this concept of 9 to 5 is more like between somewhere early in the morning to somewhere late at night. There's a blend of I'm working a bit, I'm doing something else, I'm taking care of the family. But if the outcome arrives, and generally arrives sooner, why should we care?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I get there are roles like support desk where you need to be available between a certain time. But if you've got a good working support desk team, they can orchestrate that together and make sure you've always got coverage. You've got that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you really need to start looking after people's mental health. I think that's struggled.
If you haven't already started looking after people's mental health, you very much need to right now. Exactly. It is it's a change for a lot of people. I don't think we've seen the end of this yet.
No.
I remember in the very early days, going back nearly 2 years now, someone made a comment, we've got to work from home for 2 weeks. Wow. And then someone said, I don't think it's probably going to be a month. What? What do you mean a month?
Was that what I was saying? This is going to be 6 months and roll and roll and roll.
Yes. Anyway, so look, it is an ongoing thing, and you do actually have to be actively changing the way you're doing things if you haven't already.
Yeah.
So there is that. Even in IT. Yes.
Even in IT, yes, IT people have feelings too.
Yes.
Some of them.
I saw that was written down somewhere, yes. But what else are we seeing?
Cool.
Costs.
Well, we're short supply,
yes.
right? Markets are all about supply and demand.
Yes.
The costs of things are going up and going up significantly.
So it used to be that if I'm a hardware vendor bringing computers into the country, great, I've just bought 10,000 PCs in. What have I got to do? I've got to get them out into the retailers, I've got to get them out to the stores, to the partners, whatever. I need to move volumes of these things. Okay, I'm going to have a special on this model this month.
Yep.
Let's knock $100 off it. Or let's do that. Or let's say, buy 10, get one free, or whatever it's going to be. I've got to move all this stock. Now, there's no stock.
Yep.
There's no reason to have any specials.
Yeah.
And we're seeing pretty much that. There's very few things on
hardware
special.
costs are going up, and that's fascinating.
Well, I don't know if they're going up or if they are staying at retail price.
It's interesting. So I always said a decent PC with all the trimmings, it's about $2,000, right?
Yeah,
But it's been $2,000 for 20 years.
Yes, I tell you what, a more powerful PC now, we're starting to see it's really like 2.5 to 3.
Yep.
For a decent machine that you would give to someone if you wanted them to be productive.
Unless you're buying one of those Apple things, and then it's 156K. I won't knock Apple in
Oh,
this
thank you.
episode.
This is lovely. The glasses get refilled.
No, we've never had that before. That makes us feel really special.
Oh, thank you very much. Look at that.
Ah, yummy. Thank you.
Yes. So we are seeing those prices going up, and high-end machines, when you start to get into data analysis, and this isn't
Graphics.
graphics, not so much just the gaming side, but when you're doing modelling and that sort of thing for statistical modelling or other things, they can be like $4,000 now, $4,000, even $5,000 for the higher end ones.
Yeah.
NVIDIA cards, they're actually splitting their brand into being able to do data cards versus graphics cards.
Yes. Well, the
which is very
crypto
interesting.
mining has driven that.
It has, and that's a whole topic
so
in itself.
hardware costs are increasing.
Yes.
It's hard to find hardware.
Yes.
It's hard to find people.
Yes.
But I hear some software costs are going up next year as well.
Of course, Microsoft and its Office costs, they're going up a material amount.
They haven't really gone up since they launched Office 365, have they?
No, and look, in reality, they're going up somewhere between roughly 10 and 20%.
Yep.
They've added a lot into Office 365 since then. You've also got to balance out, am I using all those features?
Yes.
But at the same time, if you the monthly commit is changing. So it used to be that you could commit to a month at a time, and even if you were on, say, a 12-month subscription, you could raise and decrease your volume in there. So that you could go with 100 one month and then reduce it to 1 the second month. You
can't do that anymore, can you?
You won't be able to do that anymore. You've got a minimum commit to get that. And if you raise the number, I don't believe you can then reduce the number.
Yep.
Until the end of the subscription.
Yep. And that's going to really play very tough for our seasonal businesses. Guys like the high street accounting, the tax agent guys who hire a bunch of people over a short period and then have a very small business outside of that.
Well, all it means is that you may use monthly licenses for those people, and they just cost a little bit more.
Yep.
And that's how you manage that. But it does require some thought now going forward
Yes.
about what is my licensing going to be looking like.
But it's important to think about this because businesses are getting more digital.
They are. And look, we've been going on about this for easily a couple of years now, saying you've got data, use your data, be productive with it, let it give you that commercial advantage, competitive advantage.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, people are gradually starting to do that. They're moving to the cloud, they're getting their SaaS apps in there, and it's coming together.
Yeah, no, for sure. So no, that's awesome. So now there's a guy behind the camera giving me the finger. It's really quite funny. Way back. Very cool. I love having an audience for the Wine Dads. That's cool.
Yes.
So we're moving on to the digital age. You need to think about whether, especially you should be there now, right? You've had all your people, and I haven't said what yet, but you've had all your staff working from home.
Yeah.
You should be really digital now.
You should be pretty efficient with this. And be able to drive it to the point where now that everybody's working from home, we know we've got remote access to data. In theory, we could be anywhere in the world accessing our data.
Yep.
All right, how do we now make our data more efficient and be able to work for us?
So thinking about that, right? So let's think about all the things we've covered.
Yeah.
In that there's a dearth of hardware, software's going to be more expensive, people should be more digital. You're going to lose staff if you insist they come back to the office. You need to look after their mental health. You've got to have this hybrid workforce. You've got to connect to them digitally, and your competitors are getting digital. Let's take 7 things. What are the 7 things an organization, a business owner listening to this to do, can checklist off and say, if I've done these, I'm on the right path?
So to me, the main driver with all this is the people.
Yep.
Do you have and it's an old expression, but the right people on the right bus in the right seat, sort of thing.
Yep.
But have you got the right people for the business, and are you using them to their best advantage to really generate that extreme output that's going to
So that might be training people as well as replacing them, right?
Absolutely, it's training, but it's also making sure that people are using their skills productively.
And their tools.
Yes. And you've got systems that enable them to do that. You're not taking, for example, a highly skilled accountant and saying, here's this client, go into all these receipts.
Yes.
Or you're not saying
bookkeeper for that.
Yes, here, do all these tasks manually and use a calculator.
But you certainly want, your salespeople need to be able to have their numbers and crunch them. Your operations people need to know what's going on. Everybody should be able to use Office without thinking about it. Yeah, that takes me to number 2 is, I would say, if your core productivity, so email, file storage, is not in the cloud, you missed the trick.
Yeah, you are behind, and there can be valid reasons for that, in which case you may not be behind, but in general, and you would know this in your business, if you haven't cloud-enabled your business such that it can work in the cloud, it can work remotely, and you're productive, then you're probably not as competitively structured as you believe you could be.
So this is a bunch of things now need to work outside of your office. So it's all your computers, all your file storage, all of your data, and all of your phones.
Yes.
Should be able to work anywhere, right?
Exactly. And look, in a lot of cases now, I've been carrying just my phone around.
Yep.
And I can do the meetings on that. I can take fundamental notes, and even do displays, present material on that. It actually works quite well. Okay. Am I going to use it as a master workhorse to churn through data? No, absolutely not. But I don't have to carry a laptop all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm always online.
Yeah. So it's having the right devices and having your staff have those. So that's interesting. I think the next thing to think about. So you've got the staff. You're digitally enabled them. They can work remotely. Right, so you've got all of this core stuff happening. The next thing I guess you need to think about is how you react to things like a lack of staff or a lack of delivery. So that's about agility in your business, right? You've talked a lot about data today. What should people be doing with data? Is a few spreadsheets enough?
Well, I'd sort of look at it on the basis of, if you had, for example, 3 people in your business producing all your stats and reports and whatever, can you automate that?
Yep.
And can you use those people in more productive ways? Because just doing things manually or doing processes just to generate data, that's been automated a long time ago.
Yeah. And how should you look at your data? Is it big lists of data, or are we talking graphs and charts?
Visually, initially, people respond a lot better to colours and visual aids and various things than they do looking at like a wall full of numbers.
Yep.
But the same thing, yes, you can have spreadsheets full of numbers, but you really only need a small number of key numbers.
Yep.
Because ultimately, if your revenue's going up and your costs are going down, therefore your gross margins are going up, your operational expenses are decreasing, you're becoming a healthier business.
Absolutely. And that's what you should be driving at a senior level,
at
right?
a senior level, yes, and then go down to the next level in each department. What are the 4 or 5 key numbers that really make your existence?
Cool.
And it may not even be that many.
So once you've done that and you've got access to your data, it's then automate.
It is. It's absolutely automate. Let the computer do the work for you. You bought the thing.
Yep. So theoretically, there aren't very many business processes, really, that can't be automated in some way, shape or form.
There's not a lot. If you take away initially your raw client interaction, like phone based, or you want to actually talk to someone, and even that, a lot of the generations coming through today don't really want to talk to a person.
Yeah.
They want to. Where's the menu? Click. Here's what the problem is. The computer just sorted it out for me. Great. I'm done.
So you want that, and you want a modern sales front end as well, because people buy differently now. They don't seek out a salesperson. They go and research, and they know what they want before they even talk to you.
They do, and I'm talking to a lot of people now. They don't even want to talk to you, unless there's a reason to. Unless, how do I get an extra 10% off on this? How do I? Things where computer's not going to negotiate possibly. So,
yeah, no, for sure. That's cool. So, wrapping it up.
Yes.
Right? Business owner's going to sit there over Christmas, a couple of weeks, sitting, seeing the family, eating turkey.
Pondering life. How do I do more with less and make it all more efficient? It all sounds very easy, but I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah. So, that's the problem. How would you solve it?
Well, I'll say, there is a better way.
Oh, look at that. Picking up the new tagline. Haven't you done well?
That's right.
Marketing team will be proud.
There is a better way. Get in touch with your local IT provider.
Yeah.
Who should be more than just doing your break-fix type work. They should be engaging at a strategic level and helping you structure and grow your business.
They should be a strategic partner to move your business forward.
That's right.
They're the wrong
Very much so.
partner. Cool. Scott, that was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Cool. And thank you for watching or listening. If you do like what you see, please leave us a comment with something you'd like us to talk about. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, hit that funny bell icon to make sure we come back to you. You can catch us on audible.com, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Everywhere you get one of those, we're also on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.